is Sports Center.
Hi, I'm David Danilo and welcome to Sports Center. Today we'll be discussing ancient Greece and the Olympics and how sports played a major role in their history. The first Olympics were held in 776 BC and one of the first events was the state race. Let's take a look.
The stage race was a short sprint measuring between 180 and 240 meters, or the length of the stadium. The length of the race is uncertain since tracks found at archaeological sites as well as literary evidence provide conflicting measurements. In 1724, the two-stage race was added during the 14th Olympic Games. The race was a single lap of the stadium, approximately 400 meters. The third race, the long-distance race, was introduced in 720 BC. This was one of the final races added to the Olympics.
The winner of these races would receive a wreath of kotinos, or wild olives. Between 708 BC and 580 BC, numerous events were added, including the pentathlon, wrestling, boxing, chariot race, pancratium, and horse race. Let's take a look at some of those.
In 708 BC, the pentathlon was added, which included events such as discus, javelin, long jump, stage race, and wrestling. Throughout time, other events were added, such as boxing, the chariot race, pancratium, and the horse race.
We're now going to take you out to ancient Greece, where Terrence Ryan, our sideline reporter, is standing by with one of the athletes. Terrence, out to you.
Thanks, Dave. Congratulations on your victory, Dieter. It's evident that you're one of the best competitors in the world.
Thank you.
When did you begin to train?
I began my training at a very young age beside my father, who is also an Olympic champion. And from him, I learned everything it takes to become a successful Olympic champion.
As a young boy, did you ever compete in the Olympics as a junior?
No, I did never compete in the Junior Olympics. I was too busy training for the Major Olympics. My father wanted me to have the utmost training and optimal ability to compete in the Olympics. Losing was not an option.
In ancient Greece, many fathers passed down the tradition of training their sons for the Olympics. They started the boys off at a young age and would gradually train them until they were adult and prepared for the Olympic Games.
Dieter, what was the major motivator to get you to reach this level?
The greatest motivator is probably my father pushing me each and every day during training, but also it was seeing how the past winners are treated like gods in their towns, and how people worship them all the time and just shower them with gifts. I want to know what that feeling is like.
Olympic champions were treated like gods within their community. They often received free meals as well as great fame. They even went as far as naming calendar years after the athletes as to signify in which year the athlete had won the Olympic Games.
Given that you're from a prosperous city like Athens, what does a victory like this mean for your people?
I think it means a lot to them to be able to watch and cheer for someone from their own city and really see how hard they can compete and see if they can represent the city well. And I'm proud to be able to represent the city of Athens.
Dieter, can you explain the significance of being an athlete in the Olympics?
It's the glory, it's the love of the sport, but also the weight that politics, religion, and public announcements have on the Olympics and the athletes that compete in it.
The grounds on which the Olympics were held were highly sought after and constantly fought over. The sanctuary was considered to be holy ground, and the group that owned it believed that they would be favored among the other groups. Because of this, the Olympic Games themselves took on a new level of competition as those from different cities and groups competed for the prestige and political welfare of their home city or group.
Was there any significant religious meaning behind your participation?
Well, this is, after all, a festival in honor of the great god Zeus, so he's a large reason why many athletes, including myself, participate in the Games. Also, the Games take place in Olympia, which is a religious sanctuary where there stands a 12-foot tall statue of Zeus. Many athletes will worship other gods in hopes of getting more strength or more endurance to compete in the Games.
Despite all these religious aspects, the ancient Olympic Games met their demise as a result of the work of Theodius II, who sought to make Christianity the state religion. Theodius saw the Olympics as a pagan ritual rather than a sport and demanded an end to them. The sanctuary of the gods remained at Olympia until most of the whole area was destroyed by an earthquake in the 6th century AD.
The Olympics are considered one of the most noteworthy sporting events. How did the tension stay so minimal?
Well, after all, there is a truce between the Greeks, towns, and cities to say there should be no fighting or drawing of arms during the games. It is in effect from the moment that the athletes get the message the Olympics is starting, and is in effect until the games are ended.
How will this win affect the rest of your life?
Well, this one will greatly change my life, Terrence. I will be treated like royalty by anyone that comes in contact with me, and looked at as a god by everybody.
Well, congratulations on your victory, Dieter. Now back to you in the
Thanks,
studio,
Terrence.
Dave.
Thanks, Terrence, for that excellent interview. As you can see, sports in the Olympics affected ancient Greece in a major way, not only through religion and politics, but through military actions and moral learnings. We hope you enjoyed the show, and we'll be back same place, same time tomorrow.